Now, Ursula Fay is Director of Community Planning from Antrim and Newtownabbey Borough Council. The council took ownership of the Garden Show Ireland brand in 2019, and the show boasts a diverse three-day programme. Ursula is here to share her experience and thoughts on delivering commercially successful events. So let's hear from Ursula Fay and all about Garden Show Ireland. Ursula.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Donna. And I have to say before I start, I have a little bit of garden envy here in Montalto today. What a stunning venue we're in. Okay, Garden Show Ireland, one of Council's key flagship events, and never one to miss an opportunity. I just want to let you all know tickets are on sale. They've been on sale since pre-Christmas. This slide also gives you a good look at the new brand we developed in 2023, which I'll talk about a little bit about later, which speaks to our fabulous show garden creation for return of the event in 2022. Okay, so I'm just going to explain a little bit about what we do in terms of council events in general, set the strategic context for why council does events and why we purchased Garden Show, give you a little bit of potted history of Garden Show Ireland, talk about the elements of the event, the flowers, the food and the fun, and then I suppose the key bit, talk numbers, get into the spend, the income streams and so on, which comes from our tickets, our trade, partnerships and sponsorships, and touch lightly on future plans in this uncertain climate. So, in terms of myself, my role is Director of Community Planning, which is a very strange title, and really it means everything to do with community and culture. In 2021, when I was appointed, the Council also did a little bit of internal restructuring to create a combined unit of arts, culture, tourism and events. Looking strategically, Council recognised the key importance of delivery of events with our tourism offer, tourism having previously sat across with colleagues who worked in economic development. So that connection also brought about something my team were thrilled about, and that was responsibility for delivery of the entire Council portfolio of events, which is massive and runs 12 months of the year, more or less. Includes Christmas tree lights, switch-ons, and anything and everything from art in the park, summer band concerts, Halloween extravaganzas, fireworks displays, and the flagship events, two of which are Enchanted Winter Garden and Garden Show Ireland. Why does the council do events? Well, why do any of us do events? I sometimes think we must all be mad, but events are great. Events bring life to places, they give experiences to people. And for us as a corporate organisation, we have three strategic themes around our people, our place and prosperity. And our events really speak to all of those themes in lots of ways. They entertain, engage, educate, inform, bring our people together, give opportunities, employment, business opportunities, skills development, and foster good relations. They animate, showcase, and promote all our wonderful places. And again, for most of the events, there's footfall to the borough, there's footfall to places, there's local business support, and there's that economic return that we've already heard about. So Council made the strategic decision that it would invest heavily in two shoulder season flagship events, our Enchanted Winter Garden Christmas event and Garden Show Ireland. And as Donna has said, we purchased Garden Show Ireland from a private operator in 2019. So here's just a quick glimpse of the vast portfolio of council events, which ranges from very low-level community events and animations. It's a diverse programme. I met somebody earlier from Ballyclare, and I don't think she realised that the Ballyclare May Fair is probably one of Northern Ireland's longest-running events. We do that now too. It was established in 1756, and in 2023 we established a new 6 Mile Festival event. So our portfolio is wide-ranging, it's diverse, it brings culture and colour and life to our borough, and it's something we invest very heavily in. We also host regional events of significance, and on the 22nd of June we'll be hosting Armed Forces Day 2024, and we've done things such as the ISPS Golf Handa Invitational, the Super Cup, and the Ulster Pipe Band Championships as examples. Okay, what is Garden Show Ireland? If you don't already know what it is, well, funnily enough, it's a garden show, and it's about gardening, and it's based in Antrim Castle Gardens, which is one of Northern Ireland and Ireland's most stunning garden restoration projects that there has been. Though, as I say, I'm here in another stunning example of a wonderful visitor attraction set in stunning gardens. Garden Show Ireland was established in 2003, so it's a long-running firm fixture in the Northern Irish event calendar. It's a three-day festival, formerly in spring up until last year when we edged it into early summertime, runs for 3 days, Friday to Sunday, and generally had been delivered in early May, as I've said already. So very much established and firmly at home in the wonderful setting of Antrim Castle Gardens. So a little potted history, as I say, established by a commercial operator, sole trader, a lady called Claire Faulkner in 2003 in Hillsborough Castle. And Claire ran the event herself up until 2013 in Hillsborough Castle. In 2012, the Council and the National Lottery Heritage Fund had invested in audiovisual equipment and Wi-Fi, but it's usually me that is the technical challenges, so I feel at home. A bit like myself, Donna. Yeah. And then lose my place, and it'll be a whole disaster. There we go. So 2012, Council and National Lottery Heritage Fund invested 6 million in a fantastic, amazing transformation of Antrim Castle Gardens to create, as I say, most fabulous venue. Part of the task and part of the ask from the National Lottery Heritage Fund was go off and find some wonderful programming for this stunning venue that you have now, and in particular find appropriate events to deliver. So before my time, the Antrim Council Legacy team approached Garden Show Ireland, and Garden Show Ireland moved to Antrim Castle Gardens in 2014. And we're calling it Came Home, really, because what a fabulous pairing in the stunning setting of Antrim Castle Gardens to have a garden show. The event evolved over time from its inception in 2003, when largely it was very purist around, it was a garden show, it was about plants, it was about flowers, it was about show gardens, and it was about displays. And over time, the event has evolved into being this 3-day festival of flowers, food, and fun. In 2018, the event owner delivered the event in Antrim Castle Gardens for the last time. And at that stage, the weight of responsibility, as we've already heard about, really became too much for her. The council had, since 2015, really been embracing the event as very much a partnership and very much as our own event offer for our residents and for visitors. So it didn't take much to persuade us to make the investment in the purchase of Garden Show Ireland brand and to take on the responsibility of delivering the event. However, best laid plans and all that, we all know what happened in March 2020. The event wasn't held in 2019 as we took stock of the situation and took our time to invest in the event. So in March 2020, everything came to standstill and events were decimated. We didn't recover the event until 2022. But in 2021, we started to think about what we were going to do in 2022, and that laid the foundations for the event as a council-owned and operated event from 2022 onwards. We approached Dermot Gavin and asked him if he'd consider coming on board as kind of like our show ambassador, endorser, but also to create some kind of wow factor to bring the event back with a real bang. The council identified the opportunity of the Platinum Jubilee programme and the desire to leave some legacy out of that programme and that opportunity. And that, as they say, one thing leads to another. So we ended up with the stunning Dermot Gavin Clockwork Garden creation, which is currently featuring on your TV screens in our TNI advertising campaign. So the show came back in 2022 really successfully. However, it wasn't without its challenge. I think we were still coming out of COVID. There was a lot of challenge, in particular in engaging traders to participate in the event that year. A lot of traders had moved online, and a lot really were risk averse and really didn't participate in the levels they had previously. But in 2023, the event really got back up to pre-pandemic levels, and I think it was our most successful year yet. As I said, it's a festival of flowers, food, and fun. And it's a gardening show. It's all about gardening. That remains the core offer of the event. So we engage celebrity stars such as Dermot Gavin, and we have the wonderful Pamela Ballantyne, who plays host to a range of garden gurus and experts who entertain and engage and talk and lecture and do demos and really give every aspirational gardener out there something to be engaged with and some reason to come along and attend the show. We had the magnificent Clockwork Garden show garden in 2022. That's not an investment we can make every year to deliver Garden Show Ireland. The picture in the middle shows your Houseplant Heaven Dermot Gavin garden installation, which we had in 2023. But the cost of that kind of wow factor and that kind of show garden feature is something that I don't feel we're going to be able to sustain. So we're looking at ways that we can continue to create that aspirational, desirable, inspirational feature and showcasing of gardening and all things gardening without the big price ticket. And again, what we try to do and what we're going to do more of is identify the fact that Antrim Castle Gardens in itself is the perfect backdrop to inspire and impress people with flowers and with gardening and with all that that brings. So the food's a really key element to any successful event and festival experience. And it's been very much embraced by Garden Show Ireland prior to council ownership and really links back to when TNI started to really promote the Northern Irish food and drink offer as part of our visitor offer. Crazy Baker, Paula McIntyre, Gemma Austin, hopefully in 2024, are all the celebrity chefs that we involved to really promote that Northern Ireland food offer. And this is an example how we've really embraced a really positive partnership to deliver an element of the event. We partner with Food NI to deliver our Food So Good part of Garden Show Ireland and part of the festival experience. The food ranges from producers, the best of food and drink, the best of local produce, and it was great to have that relaxation of licensing regulations, so now we can really include the drink offer as part of the producer offering at the event. Street food's a really essential ingredient to any good festival, and we think Food Northern Ireland give a really high quality offer to our visitors. I've talked about our celebrity chefs. They participate in demos and talks, and the taste and try element of the show is a really, really popular ingredient. Festival fun. Every good festival needs to be about fun. And I suppose as the event has evolved over the years, it's moved away maybe from its earnest and serious gardening beginnings to be very much a fun day out for all the family. Everybody wants to have a great day out, and we want to maximise our attendances at the event. So it's really important that there's fun there, that there's a family focus, that we provide entertainment and enjoyment. There's live music, there's busking, there's street theatre. We think we provide something for everything. And obviously, there has to be a dog show involved for all of those who love our four-legged friends, and they're very much part of the family. The fun adds value to the event. It creates that great day out and creates that multi-generational experience. Now, to talk numbers, I suppose what you all want to hear about. Never easy in this challenging climate. And Garden Show Ireland is one of it's our second most expensive event that we deliver with a spend in the hundreds of thousands. Being a council, it's a really tricky area, and what we spend it on. We know we're spending public money, we're spending ratepayers' money, and we're subject to public scrutiny that perhaps those private operators aren't going to be. When we set our expenditure budget for 2022, it was a little bit, there was a little bit of guesswork, or should I say estimating involved, because obviously Claire Faulkner had done the event with a very different financial model, and she had significant levels of sponsorship to support her expenditure levels. Our expenditure, to some extent, has elements that are completely fixed in terms of the event infrastructure and all the normal things that we need to supply to deliver an event in an outdoor space. But then we have decisions to make around what we spend on in terms of the gloss of the event. For instance, our celebrity ambassadors, our cooks, our gardeners, and so on, our speakers. The street theatre that we put on, the entertainment, the live music, those are all things where we make decisions. How much can we spend and how much can we expect to get in return? We have a trading history for the event, and we know that we need our income to get to a certain level which covers the cost of the expenditure. So there's a very close relationship there. It's not been easy. We aim to break even with the delivery of this event in terms of the council's financial model. In future years, we really want to generate a surplus. We believe the event has the potential to do that. So we try really hard to bring the expenditure to an acceptable level to create a really high quality offering without extravagant expenditure, without anything that'll get us in bother with the kind of things we're spending our money on, but something that creates the right level of offer to generate then the right level of income through, in the main, ticketing sales, but also we get income through trading income and partnership and sponsorship income. But the event for our area is brings huge economic impact, around 500,000 in direct economic impacts, but lots of other non-monetary benefits in terms of the community engagement we deliver as part of Garden Show, the boost to local business, the boost to our hotel and accommodation providers, and really that feel-good factor for the borough and beyond, and also the opportunity for local business to participate. So I've talked there, about 3/4 of our income comes from our ticket sales. In the early days of Garden Show Ireland, it was entirely about walk-up, so there was an admission charged at the door. Over the last few years of Claire delivering the event in Antrim Castle Gardens, she established a standalone website, and she tried to encourage people to book their tickets in advance. But that was one that was really slow to grow. We went after that in earnest when we took on the event, and in 2023 we had 64% of our tickets were booked in advance and booked online from a previous 25% in 2018. 29% were walk-up sales and 7% were booked on the phone. 77% of the attendees to Garden Show Ireland came from outside the borough, which is really, really important to us because it brings that additional visitor spend. We will continue to be data-driven. We use an online booking system, which is the beauty of providing with all sorts of information. Postcode analysis can tell us where our visitors are coming from. The majority of them are coming from 1 hour's travel time, but we're reaching into the south and we're reaching across the water to GB. And that's an area we want to expand upon because obviously it brings the greater economic return. In terms of setting the date for the show, that has been something that's quite a challenge and I wanted to highlight. Early May was the kind of established date for Garden Show Ireland, but May is hugely crowded, as you know. We have the Northwest, the Balmoral Show, we have the Tulip Festival, the Steam Rally in Antrim itself. We're being within the council, we always have elections in May, which again, it's not ideal for us to clash with those. So the date setting has been quite a puzzle for us. In 2023, we took a leap of faith and moved the event completely out of May and into mid-June, and we're going for the same weekend again in 2024. In 2022, we went for the last weekend in April, early May, and we found the event, it was just too early for a gardening event. There wasn't enough colour in terms of the gardening and the floral offer. It was a little bit too cold for some of the sellers and growers, and just too early in the season. I have concerns that mid-June is a little bit too late. I am a gardening enthusiast myself, and I do feel that from Easter onwards, I'm in and out of gardening centres. By the time it gets to June, I'm kind of done with that. However, 2023 went really, really well, and all our sellers and traders reported a great response. We do a really comprehensive marketing and PR campaign, again, to drive those ticket sales. We had a Christmas offer. We're coming up to Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday. We'll be asking people to give the gift of flowers, buy tickets for a garden show, and our campaign in earnest will really ramp up after Easter. Driving people to our website and driving them to make those advanced sales, because then we know the money's coming in, it's guaranteed, and it's weatherproofed to a certain extent. Getting the right pitch is really, really important, as you'll all know, in terms of the trade. The trade is not just an income stream for us, but it's a very important part of the event content, and something people want to engage with when they go to the event. People want to buy, they want to shop, and they want variety there, they want good quality products. It's really important, though, that we don't just go after the money. For us, it's really important to get the quality right and to get that fit with our core brand, which is the Festival of Flowers, Food and Fun. Food Northern Ireland look after the food element in its entirety for us, but we ourselves now are looking after all the other trading elements. We do have a shopping mall, which moves slightly away from that core sort of gardening, flowers, food and fun theme, but again, we try to stay really true to our brand. We don't want to have too many because then the traders won't get the level of sales that we want. We try to grow our relationships with the traders. We want loyal traders that come back to us. And again, we want new traders who are bringing nice new products to us. As I said, 2022, we were light on trade for lots of reasons, and I think mostly related to the timing and coming out of the pandemic. We have a plant mall as part of the event. We have specialist grower stalls. We have our shopping mall, as I talked about, garden artistry, the trade village, which is where we really sell, well, we sell everything from petunias to patio power washers, but the trade village is where you get that real specialist outdoor gardening related content. And then we have our street food to go. Shop local is a bit of an issue for us as a council. And what I mean by that is we get a lot of pressure from local traders who maybe aren't the right fit for us, but they approach their local elected representatives and they want the opportunity to be part of the event, to trade at the event, but they're not really what we want. And that, in spite of our arm's length relationship and our relationship and partnership with Food NI, continues to be a challenge for us. Okay, this is probably the most complex area. Garden Show Ireland, when owned and operated by Claire Faulkner, had an almost six-figure income from sponsorship. Some of that came from the council in terms of our financial contribution for hosting the event in Antrim Castle Gardens, but there was a headline sponsor in the form of Alliance Ireland, and there was also significant sponsorship from the TNI event sponsorship programme, but we know the challenges that that programme has faced. That funding has disappeared in terms of now the council running the event. Councils and sponsorship, it's a bit of a tricky area. I do feel there's a perception that why would private companies sponsor a council who have the public purse at their disposal and really don't need that income stream. But to continue to grow and expand the event and generate that surplus and reduce the impact on a ratepayer, we really do want that sponsorship. When we heard Dobbies were coming to Antrim and coming to the Junction, who we already have a really great relationship with, we were rubbing our hands in glee, thinking this is it. We're going to get huge support here from Dobbies coming to Antrim, and they're a perfect fit for Garden Show Ireland. We've talked to them, we've engaged with them, we've had conversations, and we still haven't got anywhere in terms of actually them writing any checks. And at the stage we're at for the 2024 show, it seems unlikely that we're going to have anything in place for that show. Chris Flynn, who's in the photograph there, he's the director of the Junction. He, on the other hand, is a sponsored dream. He gives us a financial contribution and he asks for very little in return. A number of years ago, I embarked upon a sponsorship journey in relation to our other big event, the Enchanted Winter Garden. And I very naively snapped the hand off a corporate sponsor who wanted to give us a not insignificant sum of money and have naming rights for the event. What I didn't think to ask or didn't think to really explore was what they wanted in return. And I'm ashamed to say about 2/3 of their funding went back to servicing the sponsorship and giving back to them our event experience. So that was a tough lesson to learn. Thankfully, it wasn't huge amounts of money, but still, it just shows you that the sponsor relationship is not always an easy one, which is why we really, really value the relationship that we have with Chris and with the Junction. We deliver our park and ride for our two large-scale events from the Junction, so therefore we drive the footfall there. We hope he receives additional sales from that. And then I'll refer to the relationship with our garden ambassador, Dermot Gavin. This is the third year we're going to work with Dermot. We really believe that the association with the personality, with the celebrity, does inspire people to come to the event, does spark interest. We get loads of publicity out of that. We were able to get lots of column inches, really helps add value to our marketing and PR campaign. However, we really want to keep the event fresh and keep the offer evolving. So that's something that we're considering for our future years. Talked about the Junction. Chris does a wonderful report for us after Garden Show, and this is what he has told us. And you can see there the real positive endorsement of what he gets from being one of our sponsors. And we get huge amounts of benefits from working with Chris and his team, and he asks for very little in return. He's an ideal sponsor and partner. I just hope he can persuade Dobbies maybe to part with their checkbook in future years, and that's a work in progress, and I'll keep you all posted. So, sowing success of the last couple of years and getting ready for 2024. We're all about planning for the future. You all know events are constantly in planning, especially big beasts like Garden Show Ireland. We're continuing to think about 2025 as we get ready for 2024. Jury's still out on the date selection. We'll see how it goes in the mid-June calendar slot. We are going to include pitches to potential sponsors as part of our 2024 approach to the event. We're going to target and invite and court people to come along and experience Garden Show and see if we can entice them to become future sponsors. But again, there's a fine line between the effort, the time, and the energy that you need to put in to appealing to sponsors and the actual return that you might get. We already know what a challenging environment it is. We're going to keep trying to expand and branch out. In 2023, we introduced a spring plant fair under the Garden Show Ireland brand, one-day event delivered in April, and it's coming up on April 13th at Moseley Mill, partly influenced by our political masters who want events to be spread across the borough. So we have an element of Garden Show Ireland now delivered in Newtownabbey on an annual basis. We're toying with the idea of looking at an evening festival element to the event, which appeals to our younger audiences, your young professionals and the festival goers. We're not sure really. We're not sure if the income will exceed the expenditure, and it's something we won't be doing for 2024, but we're considering how we can expand the 3-day offering and that 3-day festival feel, given the success of the daytime visitor numbers that we have to date. Around 24,000 came to the event in 2023. That was up from the 20,000 in previous years and back to pre-pandemic levels. The Botanical Borough is a concept unique to Antrim and Newtownabbey that evolved out of the relationship with Dermot Gavin. And our corporate strategy is currently being rewritten and it will introduce a 4th P, which is planet. So really, the Botanical Borough initiative, which talks about our entire borough being a giant botanical garden, there's a wonderful fit for Garden Show Ireland, and we want to see if we can capitalise on that relationship and that concept to really expand the impact of Garden Show Ireland, particularly amongst our local community. The Council's also committed to a sustainability action plan, and I've been away with some of you on the study visit to Scotland to look at how we can all make our events more sustainable. Garden Show Ireland for a number of years has really been doing what it can in relation to no plastics, the peat-free compost, and kind sponsorship we had last year from New Leaf. And we're continuing to look at ways that we can really make Garden Show Ireland a trailblazer in terms of a sustainable event. So, before I go, I just want to give you a little flicker through a taste of Flowers, Food and Fun in 2023 with a little film of Garden Show Ireland. Thank you.